Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad to see you as always. So say your hellos. You can share how you're doing today, and we get started. So today we have pretty massive topic, but don't be scared. I hope you'll find it pretty interesting. Yay, hi. So yeah, again, say how are you feeling in the comments. I would really appreciate that. I always want to know that you're rested, that you're okay. Okay, yeah, thank you. The presentation hopefully will be there very soon. Thank you for reminding that. And let's begin with today's topic. So today we have topic culture, and also we're going to speak about word formation, and especially we'll look at adjectives and adverbs. So in Ukrainian, adjectives, прикметники, adverbs, прислівники. They are closely connected, but they have some very important differences. So that would be the part of our conversation today. Okay, so let's begin. And first of all, we're going to speak about culture, which is an interesting topic. And here I've collected some descriptions of some cultural phenomena. So your task is to guess what it is about. So number one, in fact, its plot is rather predictable, but it's worth watching. Look at the cast. It stars Robert Downey and Mark Ruffalo, and the special effects are breathtaking. So what is that? What are we speaking about? Look at the keywords, and it should give you some idea. So what is number one? Okay, any ideas in the comments? Wow, we have more people today, so welcome everybody who's just joined. Welcome to our webinar. Okay, 0 ideas? What is described? Okay, that's a film or a movie. Exactly. So number one is a film, because we have its plot, сюжет, and it's predictable, like передбачуваний. We have cast, like набір акторів, and special effects, super effective or spec-effective. And also we have the word it stars. So pay attention, it's not about stars we can see in the sky. It's about it has some actors in it. So when we speak about actors which are famous, we can say starring, for example, Emma Watson. So it's like в ролях. So to star, it's like to have some actors in the video. Okay, very good. Number two, again, listen carefully. So it was a first-class performance given by an astounding actor. He had so much energy on stage and such a presence that he kept you hooked throughout the performance. So what's number two? Again, we have stage, actors, performance. Is it a film again or something else? Okay, so we have some answers and they are correct, Mikhailo, but in Ukrainian. So in English, it would be a theater. Please don't lose any letters. Theater. By the way, pay attention. In British spelling, you would have R-E in the end, but if it's American, you would have it vice versa, like theater. And the same with some more words like center with R-E for British and center with E-R for American. Yeah, okay, very good. So I can see those comments. Perfect. So number three, again, the plot is intricate and sophisticated, and the characters are so true to life. The novel is worth reading. So it already contains the answer, but what genre is it? So intricate, sophisticated, very hard words maybe, but it's something like with many difficult, complex details or something like that. So what is that? No, in English we don't have such a word as roman. We have a novel, but it's here. Novel is roman in English. It's not novella, it's roman, but it could be like a shorter thing itself. But what is the genre? So we have film, like kinematograph, theater, like theater, and we have literature, literatura as a genre. Okay, number 4, again, should be easy. The comparatively abstract painting is a signature example of Van Gogh's innovative and bold use of thick brush strokes. The painting has intrigued art lovers for decades. So what is that? We have painting, we have brush strokes like masqué, and we have that it intrigued art lovers. Gallery is more like place, but yeah, it's about art, мистецтво. Okay, and number 5 then. The sound of rock is traditionally centered on the amplified electric guitar, which emerged in its modern form in the 50s with the popularity of rock and roll. So that is music, of course, easy to guess. So look through the words. I tried to translate all of them, but if you still have some questions, please go ahead and ask me. Meanwhile, as I'm waiting for your questions, I suggest we focus on these words more. And here you need to group the words into the categories according to what part of culture they belong to. So which words are about literature? Find everything related to literature and put in one comment using commas. So, okay, just use one comment, don't write separate words. Everything that goes to literature category. So poet, that's for sure. Lyrics, well, partially, yeah. Chapter, agree for sure. Lyrics is usually the text of the song, so maybe it belongs to music more. Okay, so I see some repeated answers. Let's have a look at the correct ones. Also, we have rhyme as rima and memoirs, like memoire, when the person tells about their life. Okay, the second category is all about film. So again, please find everything that belongs to this category, film. Okay, already good answers. Let's check. So, yeah, you mentioned basically everything. So, subtitles, субтитри, shoot, like знімати, stuntman, it's kaskadar, the person who performs some tricks, documentary, and extra. Who knows what is extra in movies? If anybody knows, you can give me the answer. What is extra? And meanwhile, I'm waiting for the comments about music. It should be easy. So what goes to music? And maybe somebody answers, oh, thank you for the answer. So yeah, extra, it's like actors who don't play important roles. So they just do something on the background usually. Okay, thank you. So what about music? Yeah, you have correct answers. So it could be gig, like a small concert, busker, like street musician, lyrics as a text of some song, violinist as a musician who plays the violin. What is violin? Skripka. Okay, very good. So let's move to visual arts. Visual arts, please. I think opera glasses belong more to something else because there you don't only listen, you also see, right? Thank you. I like that you're active in the comments. So visual arts. We have not that many words left. Okay, thank you for self-correcting. By the way, the person with bear avatar, what's your name? How can I refer to you? Because letters with numbers are not quite convenient. Okay, so visual arts, I already have something. Ink, yeah, as чорнило, could be sketch, as some notice, or like shortly made image, and palette. Okay, Diana, nice to meet you. And we have palette as a set of colors. Okay, good. And theater. So here, I think it won't be a spoiler. Opera glasses, like those things that help you see better the actors on stage. Box, prompter, and ale. So ale is прохід. Prompter. Who is a prompter? Actually, that's a person who helps actors remember their text, or in case they forgot, they would say the text to the actors, like they are not seen to the people, but they sit somewhere behind the scene and they help with the words. Okay, nicely done. So then, as you can see all of this, here in Quizlet, you can find all of those words. So again, the link for Quizlet is pinned in the comments. You can take a screenshot and use the QR later, or you can follow the link right away. Like whatever option is convenient, but we won't stop here. So let's keep moving. And now let's focus on the buildings. So where's the first place? What is that? I'm pretty sure you know. Okay. Anna, I'll try to translate more in Ukrainian, but I'm happy that you joined. So number one, art gallery. Yeah, мистецька галерея. And also some words that we can use looking at this picture are exhibition, like выставка, exhibition. Then number two, okay, I already have some answers. So that is cinema, кинотеатр, basically. And also we can refer to cinema as кино in general. Yeah. Movie theater is another option, but that's more like British-like. Okay. Also, here we can say that it's a cinema screen, and here we have an aisle, прохід. Okay, good. What is number three? Any words that can come to your mind in number three? That's stage, that's for sure. Oh, I forgot about sitting, like a place where you sit. So, concert venue, like концертний майданчик in general, the place where the performers are placing, like виступаючі, would be the stage for sure. It could be a club, or it could be like open space, concert venue. So, концертний майданчик could be placed in basically any area. And also we can have some spotlights, like софіти, those lights that are headed to the performers are spotlights. Okay, good. And number four, it's a theater, for sure. Any more words? So again, theater or theatre, as we discussed British-American difference. Okay, that's it. So then let's speak about professions. Here we have different workers. And who knows who's the first one? So person number one, what do we call him? Any of your ideas? Conductor. Yes, Diana, very well. So he's a conductor, dirigent. Dirigent is conductor. Okay, good. Number two. What's number two? Film conductor. Okay, we never know. Cameraman. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Or camera operator. I think I shouldn't translate, it's clear. Number three. The easiest word ever. But maybe you'll surprise me with some more. No, number two is not a director, because that's more like режисер, but he is typically not behind the camera. So here is operator, cameraman. Yes, Anna. Okay, writer. Yeah, number 3 is a writer. Number 4, again, an easy word, very similar to Ukrainian. So, what's number 4? Sculptor. Yes, Vadim, you were the first. And you already answered the number. Pay attention to the spelling. Написання sculptor. O, not R. We know that many professions finish with R, like builder and so on. But here it's or. Conductor, operator, sculptor. And number 5, ballerina. Or if we want to be gender neutral, like гендерно-нейтральні, we could say ballet dancer. Pay attention, it's more like ballet, not ballet, right? So ballet, French word, French pronunciation, ballet dancer. Okay, very good. So then let's speak more about movies. So here, I need you to guess the genres. What's number 1? What could it be? You may not know the movie itself, but looking at the poster, you can already have some ideas. Sitcom. I guess you're right? Yeah. So, sitcom or situative comedy is usually a show that is on TV and which has many episodes. So, for example, the most famous sitcom ever, probably Friends. If you watched Friends, you know for sure what sitcom is. Okay? So it could be comedy, but if it's something that happens regularly on TV, it would be sitcom. Okay, number 2. Time to guess. I'm pretty sure you know. Even looking at the picture. So what could be number 2? Romantic film, yes, or romantic comedy, if it has some funny moments, or shortly, rom-com, romantic comedy. But okay, very good. So, number 3. What is number 3? Again, your ideas? Number 8 is horror. Yes, exactly. By the way, I don't know your name again. If you can help me, I would appreciate that. So, but number 4, oh, you think number 3, horror? I think it's more like sci-fi or science fiction. So that's something based on science, but still that looks fantastic. So we will speak about the difference a bit later. And now tell me number 4. So what's number 4? By the way, yeah, I agree that sci-fi movies usually have some action elements. When there is some fighting, chasing like pogoni and something like that, it would be sci-fi / action. Okay, number 4 is fantasy. Exactly. So what's the difference between sci-fi and fantasy? Typically, when we have something about future-like scenario, when we have some spaceships, when we have some technology, it's sci-fi, like fantastica in Ukrainian. But when we have something with magic, dragons, wizards, like чарівники, маги, and so on, that's probably fantasy. And usually fantasy has some ancient-like background. Виглядає все ніби в старовину. So that is fantasy, and when it looks very modern, unusual, technological, that's probably sci-fi. Okay, you keep guessing, so I'm happy to see that number 5 is a comedy, clearly, that's for sure. Number 5. Okay, number 6. What's number 6? I think I didn't see the comments. So, Kingsman. What would it be? And yeah, number 7 is cartoon. Vivian. Okay, nice to meet you, Vivian. So, number 6. No, it's not documentary. It has some fantastic elements, I would say. Okay, and your name is Maxim. Nice to meet you too. Okay, so here we have action, like it's clear action. When the main part of the movie is fighting, chasing somebody, conquering the evil, that would be action. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so documentary is based on real things, but here it's all like fantastic. Okay, number 7, cartoon, and number 8 was answered before, so that's horror, film, жахів, for sure. Okay, so you know the genres, that's amazing. Let's keep moving. And now tell me, please, which profession is it? Playwright or playwriter? And you can start answering, oh, okay. So it's a playwright. The person who writes the script of a play would be playwright, but not writer. And here we have also a pair, scriptwriter or scriptwriter. Who can guess? So what's in number 2? And here is vice versa, it's scriptwriter. So again, pay attention. If you write a play that would be placed in the theater, you are a playwright, author пьес. But if you write a script of the movie, you'll be a script writer. And that's very tricky, but that's how they use it in English. Playwright, but script writer. Just remember, you can take a screenshot and we are moving. So, some more words that might be a bit confusing. Script and plot. What's the difference? So here I've got 2 pictures. Based on them, maybe you can tell me, what's a script, what's a plot, and what's the difference between them? Or should I? Okay, number 2 is a plot, number 1 is a script accordingly. So we need to remember that a script, it's scenarii. So basically it contains all the information that should be shown, and not only the words of some people, but also the actions they do while saying those words, and so on. A plot is just a sequence of events, послідовність подій. So we know that in the movie, firstly, they meet in the cafe, then again they meet during the traveling, and for the 3rd time they decide it's a destiny. So it would be a plot, like the developing of the story. Okay, then I also have another pair of words. So serial or series. Serial or series, what is more usual? What should be used? What's the difference? So first of all, you should understand that when you say cereal, most of English people will think of this word, which means the dish you can see on the picture. So that is cereal. And when we speak about the show that has lots of episodes, more likely it would be series. So anything that shows up on TV would be series. And for example, here, one of famous series of the previous year, Wednesday. Okay. So, and here, film or movie. I won't ask you because I guess it's obvious. So, first of all, the difference is British American. So, British people mostly watch films, while Americans mostly watch movies. Okay, Anna, I will translate about series. So, here, film, British people, movie, American people, but also you can pay attention to the origin, походження of these words. So film is basically плівка. Плівка, на якій сторону показували фільми. That's why we call it a film, because it is stored, зберігається, like on a film. And movie, because when it first happened, like before that it was only photography, so people didn't move, and now like, oh my god, they are moving, so it turned to be a movie. So, but generally no difference. And answering to Anna, we usually say series, speaking of seriale. So we don't say, for example, I watched one serial, I watched a series, like one series, and it would be serial, which has a lot of episodes, багато епізодів. And when you say serial, it sounds more like, I don't know, пластівці на сніданок, or something like that. Okay, so I hope I answered everybody, and let's keep moving. So, time to erase the serial word, and meanwhile, you can look at the words and try to look at them. So, we will do it pretty quickly, and I'll just show them to you because we don't have much time. But still, here are the words to describe some movies or other art pieces of work. And when we speak about something good or interesting, we usually have such words as excellent, fantastic, fascinating, gripping, it's like чіпляючий, something that holds your attention, intriguing, інтригуючий, superb, or thrilling. So thrilling could be like хвилюючий. And speaking about the movie, it's good because it should cause some emotion. When we think that something is funny, not fun like цікавий, веселий, but funny like смішний, then we use words like hilarious, again synonym to funny, смішний, amusing, or entertaining. All of them would be synonyms to funny. When the movie is sad, we can say that it's depressing, moving, зворушливий, or touching, again something like зворушливий. When it's boring or not interesting, we can also say that it's dull, nudný, or monotonous, monotонний. And when it's bad, we can say that it's of low quality, низької якості, also terrible, awful, dreadful. All are synonyms to жахливий. So you can screenshot these words again, but I guess on the next slide we also have them. So here, like all of these words with their translations, please take a screenshot. You can learn them whenever you want. So I'm waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope the screenshot is taken, and let's keep moving. So now let's speak about literature, and here we have some examples of literary works. So we already mentioned a novel, which is роман, right? But here we have even more words. So, can you guess what would be number 1? A book in which someone writes about their own life. So, if you write about your own life, what type of literary work are you writing? Biography, almost right, but you write about yourself, about your life. What type of biography is that? You can think a bit better. Okay, so it's autobiography. Autobiography as автобіографія. Just repeat on your own, autobiography. Autobiography. Okay, number 2. A book that tells what has happened in someone's life, written by someone else. So probably number 2 is obvious. That's a biography. If you tell about another person's life, you write their biography. Number 3, several stories or poems that are in one book. So like the collection of different stories in one book. What would it be? Nobody knows? Okay, time to reveal. So that would be a collection sometimes, or anthology. Anthology, we have the same translation like antologia, is basically збірка. So it could be збірка poem, віршів, whatever, and that would be a collection or anthology. Okay, so collection was right. Good job, Anna. Number 4, a play for the theater, television, usually a serious one. So what do we call a play, especially on some serious topics? A play, it's not гра, it's п'єса, right? So we play games, граємо в ігри, but we watch plays, дивимося п'єси. So what would be a serious play? You know it, come on. From school literature, Ukrainian literature for sure. Nobody? Performance. Performance is more general word. It's like виступ or вистава in general, but here it's drama. So in English, yeah, correct. Drama, it's the same as Ukrainian drama, but also it could be this activity of playing, acting in general. That's why, for example, in many American schools, they have drama clubs, like гуртки акторського мистецтва, and so on. Number 5, a long written story in which the characters and events are usually imaginary. So basically, long written story is what you need to pay attention to. Maxim, scene is just like one part of a play. Scena, typically when actors have some conversation in one place. That would be scena. When the place of events changes, that's another scene. And scena, as we speak about the physical place, it would be stage, mostly. But I'm asking about number 5. So, long written story. In literature, what is that? We've already spoken about this word. Novel. Yes, exactly. So that's a novel. Good job. Okay, and poems in general. What do we call this subgenre when we write poems? So, who can tell me? Okay, time to reveal. Collection is збірка, that's number 3. Okay, Vadim? And here it's poetry, поезія. So a poem is one, like один вірш, but poetry, поезія, so it's in general. Okay, anyway, that's good job. And now let's try using these words in the context. So hurry up and try to give me as many correct answers as possible. So we have a book review with some words in gaps. Let's start moving. In the masterly something paragraph, there somebody, Iris, records the life of her sister Laura. Should I help you with number 1? So in the masterly opening paragraph, yes, opening paragraph, like the first paragraph, some person, Iris, hey, yes, that's narrator, like the person who tells the story, Iris, records the life of her sister, Laura. The first something Okay. Masterly, it's like майстерне, I would say. Okay, so the first what? Okay, so in the first chapter, yeah, в першій главі, в першому розділі, good, poses several tantalizing questions about the history of Chase family, which is full of painful secrets. It is difficult to put the book down until the last of those questions are resolved on the final pages. Right, на останніх сторінках. Number 5. The something is intriguing. Yes, Diana, that's the plot, сюжет. And sophisticated. And characters, exactly, персонажі, герої, are so true to life, правдиві, that you may find yourself personally liking it, hating some of them. Okay, and the number 7, Noel, okay, роман, fully deserves, повністю заслуговує the Booker Prize. It won in year 2000. Okay, so some words which are not used but may cause some questions from you, I would pay attention to these ones. So we have blurb, which is аннотація, like the short description of the book. We have a hardback, it's like товста обкладинка of the book. And we have paperback, it's гнучка обкладинка, again, of the book. And we have tale, that may be like казка or оповідка, оповідь, історія, something like that. So, again, I hope those words helped you, and let's keep moving. So now let's speak a little bit about art, and your task is to guess the genre of art. So number 1, what is that? We can see a lot of nature. What do we call it in English? Landscape. Yes, of course. Okay. Number 2, again, should be easy. Portrait or self-portrait, if the person depicted themselves. So we have autobiography in literature, but we have self-portrait in art. Okay, number 3. Okay, Mikhailo, you tried, but that's more like a French word. In English, it's mostly still life, like замерле життя. So when nothing moves, when all the objects are still, we call it still life. Okay, then number 4, again, shouldn't be hard. It's sculpture, yes, for sure. Okay, and number 5. And number 5, architecture. Maybe I've chosen a bad picture, but when we design some buildings, it's architecture. Okay, well done there. So now to sum up everything, I've picked on purpose the tasks from the mock test of NMT from this spring. So your task is decide what cultural event is described here. So what is this advertisement about? Read carefully and try to guess. And yes, Anna, I agree that it could have been designed in the previous picture. Okay, so some of you have already solved, as I can see, this test. So yeah, that's B, theatrical performance. And how do we know that? So we have the premiere, right? we have stories told on stage, like історії розказані на сцені, and also we have inspirational musical. So that would be in a form of musical, and that would be on stage. So definitely it's some performance. Okay, so when it comes to reading of such type, first of all, you look through the text briefly, but you don't translate each and every word. You just try to guess the main idea of the text, understand what it is about. Then you underline the key words that help you understand what's it about. Then you may look at the illustration. Sometimes it helps, but not always. And then you choose the best option from the list given. So let's try with more examples here. And here we go. So this one, again, I'm happy if you already solved this one. You will give the answer briefly. So what is this advertisement about? If you know the answer for sure, you can spend some time like finding the keywords that help us understand it. Okay, so yeah, that is C, exhibition or выставка, yeah, and words that help us is galleries, so it's probably art gallery. Also, painting, sculpture, photography, all of them could be placed at some exhibition, and contemporary artists, сучасні артисти or митці. Okay, very good. So, this one, what is it about? Should be too easy, so hurry up. Okay, here it's E, restaurant, and the words that help us like menu, also again menu, and some seasonal freshly cooked dishes. So of course that's it. Okay, very good. So I'm pretty sure that no questions occurred, and now let's look at the picture. So what do you think? This girl at the movies, how does she feel? And how would you describe the film? You can use just one word for two answers, but maybe in different forms. So, how does she feel and how would you describe the film? She is sad, but probably not sad in terms of watching some movie. How does she feel watching the movie? Does it look interesting? Seems like the film is awful or dull, I agree. But what about the girl? What does she feel like? You forgot the word. Okay, so I can help you. She's bored, like znudzena. Їй nudno, so she feels bored. And what about the movie, the film? How would you describe the film if Amy is bored? Yes, the film is boring. So typically, we use ed to describe how you feel, so somebody's emotions, but we use ing to describe something or situation that causes this emotion. So the book is interesting as a thing that evokes some emotion, яка пробуджує емоції, but we are interested in this book because we have that feeling. Okay, very good. And again, pay attention that something ing makes you feel ed. Again, you can screenshot it, it will help. So then, right now, let's decide what should we use. I've just read a very amusing or amused book. Guys, to save your time, we can just use one or two. Put the number and then say 1, 2, okay? So, I've just read a very amusing or amused book. Okay, I see Diana is happy. Do you like this topic? That's good. Okay, amusing book because it causes some emotions. Number 2, the basketball game was very excited or exciting. think better. So the game, can it feel some emotions? Can it be excited? No, the game was exciting and people felt excited. Гра була захоплююча, і ми були захоплені. Okay, so the game was exciting, захоплива. Come on, people. Number 3. I couldn't find the way to your house because your maps was very... Okay, the map was confusing, запутуюча. So it doesn't feel emotions. If we describe some object, situation, event, it is ing. If we describe some person, it is ed. So number 4. I was amazed. Finally, that's me who feels emotions. Number 5. Please go away. You're very... Here you should be careful. Please go away. You're very what? Annoying. So here, this person cause us feel annoyed. So it's we who have the feeling of annoyance. So we are annoyed and the person is annoying, like набридлива. Okay, number 6. Are you interested in politics? Again, I ask about person's feelings. Number 7. I was very embarrassed. Зніяковілий, because I didn't understand Spanish. All right, and number 8, the walk to the top of the hill was exhausting. Again, втомлююча, but not втомлена, because the walk could only make you feel some way. Okay, very good. So probably that's too obvious to you. Let's keep moving. And now let's check whether the sentences are correct or not. So the first one is correct. The performance was great. What about number 2? The actors played very good. Yes or no? Correct or not? The actors played very good. What do you think? So number 2 is wrong, exactly, and they played very well. So here we describe not the performance, not the noun, найменник. We describe the play of actors, гру акторів. So we describe the verb. Вони грали як? Не хороший, а добре. Вони грали добре. So well describes verbs. Adverb well describes verbs. Прислівники описують дієслова. Okay. Yeah. Good is adjective, well is adverb. Thank you, Diana. Okay, another sentence. The main character looked amazingly in her gorgeous dress. Correct or not correct? The main character looked amazingly in her gorgeous dress. I see you are confused. Not confusing, but confused, because the sentence is confusing. Yes, Anna. She looked amazing. Вона виглядала дивовижно. And even though in Ukrainian we use it as an adverb, як дивовижно, but in English we describe such expressions with the word amazing because we still describe the character. Тобто не те, як вона дивилась, ми описуємо не дію, а ми описуємо, як виглядав головний герой. And we can say the character was amazing or the character looked amazing, and that would be correct. Okay, the next sentence. There were 4 acts in the play, so it finished lately, almost at midnight. So there were 4 acts in the play, so it finished lately, almost at midnight. Okay, someone thinks it's correct. I guess it's Vivian. Are you sure? Everybody agree? No, it's not. So, the play finished late, пізно. Not lately, недавно, but late, пізно. Almost at midnight. So again, sometimes when we use some adverb, it doesn't finish with suffix ly. And that's what we're gonna look at right now. But before, just remember the rule that we use adjectives and not adverbs, прикметники, а не прислівники, after verbs that describe somebody. Тобто, коли ми описуємо якийсь іменник, і навіть вживаємо потім дієслово, яке допомагає описати цей іменник, ми не вживаємо прикметники, ми не вживаємо прислівники, ми вживаємо прикметники. So, afterwards appear, be, become, get. Так, мене чути? Мене чути? Світло випало, я вже повертаюся. Зараз, секунду, транслюю по новій. Okay, guys, sorry, I am back. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Sorry, so my light went off. I needed to reconnect. Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you for waiting for me. So let's keep moving. I hope you remembered the previous slide. And now let's speak a bit more about adverbs. Okay, good. You can hear me. Perfect. So then, speaking of adverbs, we have different types of them. So the adverbs that describe manner, meaning how something happened. For example, she did it slowly, or she spoke loudly. Some adverbs of place, where, or of time, like when something happened. For example, it was late or early. Also frequency, how often, like always, sometimes, and so on. And of degree. So that shows to what extent. For example, I was extremely tired, or I was a bit tired. So those are adverbs of degree. And now, here, I have some of them, and you gonna guess what they are. So when he speaks slowly, it's adverb of manner, способі дії, прислівник способу дії. If we say that your hat is there, guys, can you hear me? Okay. So your hat is there. So that's about place. Yeah, okay. That's an adverb of place. they will come tomorrow. So what is that? Okay, tomorrow is an adverb of time. Okay, next. She seldom visits us. What is that? She seldom visits us. Okay. So that is how often. Yes, so we have the adverb of frequency. All right, very good. And here are some main rules. So, adverbs usually go after verbs, тобто прислівники описують дієслова. And they can also go with some adjectives, тобто прислівник може описувати інший прикметник. For example, the test was surprisingly easy, надивовижу легкий. Or he speaks incredibly quickly, він говорить надзвичайно швидко. Or English is widely spoken, like широко поширена. Okay, very good. So then, right now, let's speak a little bit about formation of adverbs. And just remember that typically we use suffix -ly to make an adjective like soft, slow, softly, quick, quickly. Sometimes we can use them with skipping E, so probable with E in the end turns into probably. Then we have, for example, Y changing for I. Okay, and sometimes we change just one L to double L, like having careful, carefully. And pay attention, when we have suffix -ic, we can change it for -ly, like tragic, tragically, typical, typically. So this -ly would be your suffix. All right. And then you can look here that some adverbs, they form not according to the rules. So adding suffix -ly doesn't work. And here is the list. For example, good turns into well, fast, швидкий, remains fast, швидко, hard, like тяжкий, remains hard, тяжко, early, ранній, turns into early, рано, and late, пізній, into late, пізно. So for them, no changes. They look the same as adjectives and as adverbs. But what we spoke before is some nuances. So let's pay attention. She tried hard, but she failed. Вона сильно намагалася, but she failed. But he can hardly see without glasses. Він ледве бачить без окулярів. So hardly see, ледве бачить. Again, Jessica lives quite near. Досить недалеко, поблизу. That's an adverb of place. But they nearly missed the bus. Вони майже or ледь не пропустили автобус. So again, near, близько, поблизу, nearly, ледь, майже. Tim arrived late. Пізно. But she's been going out a lot lately, останнім часом. And you can visit the museum free, безкоштовно, no payment, but European Union, Європейський Союз, citizens can travel freely, вільно, без обмежень, within Europe. Okay, so I hope you will find it in the PowerPoint and review a bit later. And you will have one extra task in your homework slides to practice it. But for now, I think we can do one more activity to help us find the differences. So your task is to decide whether we should use an adjective or an adverb in the following sentences. So that old sculpture is absolute or absolutely magnificent. First, decide which word we describe and then try to choose. Absolutely, yeah, because we describe an adjective with an adverb. Number 2, I always feel happy or happily when she's around. I feel happy. I describe my emotions, so that would be adjective. Number 3, she plays the piano. Reasonably well. Доволі добре. Good. So then, this black tea tastes really... Number 4, this black tea tastes really good. So we describe not the action, but we describe the taste of the tea. We describe the noun, okay? Number 5, nobody in the class speaks Spanish as fluently, вільно, as Frank does. Good. Number 6, he gave her a suspicious, підозрілий look. Don't ask Rachel to help. She's completely useless. Абсолютно. Okay, and number 8, I find this book very interesting. So again, you describe the book. Okay, well done. So we did everything. And now, like the last part, again, just to look briefly, you can screenshot it and you can check it later. So when we try to make some opposite or antonymic words out of adjectives or adverbs, here are the main rules. We can use suffixes like in or ill, typically when the word starts with L, like illegal, illogical. We use prefix im when it comes to word starts with P, B, M. Ear goes with words with R. Then also we have on, D, this, and non, but typically you have to remember those patterns. And I guess that's it for now. So let's just check your attentiveness by answering some tricky questions as usually. So tell me please, can star be a verb? Yes or no? Can star be a verb? Actually, yes. It's like to have some actors in the cast. So remember, starring Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, like в ролях. So yeah, it is a verb. Can a script be predictable? A tricky question. Can a script be predictable? Yes or no? Number 2, again, put the numbers as you answer, because otherwise I don't know what question you refer to. Ставимо, будь ласка, цифри перед відповіді, щоб я розуміла, до якого це питання. So, a script, no, it cannot be predictable. A plot can be predictable, сюжет, but not script, не сценарій. Okay, number 3. Does a conductor play a musical instrument? So Diana, completely right explanation, thank you. Number 3, conductor, does he play a musical instrument or do they? No. So conductor helps other musicians to perform properly. Okay, number 4, can early be an adjective? Number 4, yes or no, can early be an adjective? Yeah, like we have early morning, ранній ранок, tautology in Ukrainian. Or she can wake up early, вставати рано. So it's both ранній and рано. Number 5, can a person be amazing by an amazed performance? Number 5. A person is amazing by some amazed performance. Really? No, it's vice versa. The person can be amazed, здивована, вражена, by an amazing performance, right? Okay, number 6. Can you express your thoughts free? Can you express your thoughts free? Чи можемо ми виражати свої думки free? Yeah, I guess no. We can express them freely, вільно, not free, безкоштовно. So free, безкоштовно, freely, вільно, без обмежень. So we can express thoughts freely. Okay, next, can you run fastly? Number 7, of course not, we run fast. That's the correct adverb. And should we use prefix il before words starts with L? Number 8. Yes, of course we can, like illogical, illegal, and stuff like that would work with il suffix. Okay, well done here. So you worked super attentively and pretty sure you've learned some new information. So thank you for this webinar. Thank you for waiting for me till I reconnected as my lights went off. So you're great today, and I hope to see you at our next webinar next Friday. So see you again. Amazing job, and bye-bye.